Hey guys, Scrubbermillion here, and we're finally back with not another multi-level type Lumina video. We have Street Fighter 6. So I've been playing the beta, and I've been playing a lot of Luke, and this character's sick, man. I'm actually surprised not that many people are out playing him in the beta, which is kind of sad because this character is ridiculous. So I do want to talk about the mechanic that makes him the most intriguing for me and makes it a little technical on the execution side. And a lot of people are having trouble with this. People have come up to my chat, talked to me about it. So this is about his Quarrel Synchro Back Punch series. So look at this, and this. Quarrel Synchro Back Light Punch, Quarrel Synchro Back Medium Punch, and Quarrel Synchro Back Heavy Punch. They act all differently, and these moves you can charge. And they already have, you see, they already have different properties. Just 2 hits, that's pretty cool already. You use them in combos, so it helps him a lot. But he has something else. So if you manage to start charge it to a certain point, we're gonna go into detail about it. He gets more properties, and this really opens up his combo gain and his damage a lot more. So if you want to get your Luke to the next level, I think this tech is kind of mandatory. And I want to give you some tips and some help on how I've been doing it so far. I'm not perfect, I'm still like learning, but these tips will help you. My consistent rate has improved because of this. So let's get started. So the conditions for the perfect charge are pretty interesting. So this implies that you hold a button between 18 and 20 frames. Remember, a frame is a 60th of a second. So it's a pretty tight window overall. So you have a 3-frame window to hold to release the charge, and you will get the full charge. So I've delayed the game to 50% speed, and I'll just show you what happens when I hold the button for 18 to 20 frames. So focus your eyes, so you see my cursor, focus your eyes on the left side of the screen. This is the input reader. So let's get to it. You see here, perfect! That means that you got it correctly, and you get a very satisfying sound effect. As you saw, I was holding Light Punch for 19 frames, and I did get it. So yes, let's talk about the perfect charge moves and why they're so important. So let's talk about the different properties that we get of the charge version and why the perfect charge is so important. Okay, so first of all, Quarrel Synchro Back Light Punch. This is a very basic combo ender. We end it with our jabs. It's pretty solid. And fully charged, it's even useful too. You can see you can get some basic confirms here that even do pretty good damage for what they are worth, you know? So the fully charged is not useless by any stretch of the imagination. So going back to Quarrel Synchro Back Medium Punch. The charge version wall bounces. In some ranges you can combo with Uppercut or Sandblaster or whatever you want. You do it 4 combos and it's pretty nice. One of the basic usages is, for example, this combo. See, no perfect charges, by the way. I want to emphasize that you can do good damage with Luke without having to break your thumbs doing perfect charges. Okay, so I just want to clarify that. So yeah, you do use it for combos. You get a wall bounce out of that one. The hard punch one, this move is usually a combo ender, but when you hold it back, it gets an extra punch. It is still very punishable. People can just mash their way, even if you hold it, and they're probably gonna beat you. So I don't truly recommend this one. So we're mostly gonna talk about the light and medium punch. Okay, so let's talk about the perfect charge of these moves. So I've been hyping up these Quarrel Synchro Back for perfect charge moves, and Scrod, why do we care? Let's go over it. So Light Punch becomes an essential tool for combos. This leads to insane juggles. Yeah, look at that. That's 3k damage for 1 drive bar. That's pretty ridiculous if you've been following the combos in this game. That's pretty high. So let's talk about the other one that I showed you in this clip. So I kinda spoiled the Quarrel Synchro Back Medium Punch, which also wall bounces like the fully charged version. So you'll be like, Scrod, that doesn't seem that important, like who cares, right? Well, let's break it down to see how important this is. So most of these routes you're gonna do it off your crouching heavy punch. That's what you use, for example, to this one. This is a true combo. The perfect charge you showed also true combo. So here's the catch, right? So the medium punch charge is not a combo. However, perfect charge is. So this is very important for Luke's routing. You usually want to do this, this. This is huge damage of any hit that you get. And the good thing about this is that once you get the perfect charge here, you can get fully charged here. So let's say if you're not super confident about getting the second perfect charge, that's completely fine. You're still gonna get good damage. You lost like 100 damage, which is noticeable, but it's not gonna change the game. You're not gonna lose a game purely because you didn't land 100 damage most of the time. You know, I'd say focus on the fundamentals and whatnot. I think that's more important than being swagging on people. So that's definitely the first thing you want to work on. But yeah, my point is this becomes a very important tool. I will say, like, moving forward, getting to the next level, because it opens confirms like this. And like, you get huge rewards of this. So things to look forward to, things to keep in mind. The heavy punch version, unfortunately, is not that interesting. So this move is punishable at -4. That means it's punishable by your fastest jabs, which are 4 frames in this game. Charge version is +4, which is kind of nice, but you know, it's very slow, so makes sense. The perfect charge version, get it? It's also +4, so nothing much changes there. The only thing that changes is the damage. So this is 1300, and this is 1600. So not too amusing, unfortunately, from my initial testing. This may come in the future, as you know, this is literally like day 2 we're playing the game. So we'll see what happens about this move. For now, definitely the one that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that much for me. So the game, again, expects you to hold the button between 18 to 20 frames to get the perfect charge. That is kind of precise. So how do we do it? I've delayed the game to 50%, and let's go over it. The game gives you an actual visual cue that you can use. So check on Luke's arm. Right? Look how it starts like getting super red. Yeah, as we get to go. So, you see a little flash that happens at some point? Ooh, look at that. So that flash indicates where the perfect charge comes. See? Literally it's the last two. 18 frames and 19 frames. So what we can use is that little flash and that indicates when we can release the button. Again, it is a really tight window. As you see, if you do it too early, you don't get it, right? Boom. But as soon as you see it, boom, release it, and that's it. So I suggest go to training mode first and delay the game to 50% and try to do it this way. And notice how long you're holding the button. If you're not getting it, see how long you're holding the button, and you know if you need to hold it more or less. So I'll give you now some tips that I use personally to make this easy on myself. This doesn't mean that you're gonna get it 100% of the times, but it might help some people. I'm gonna give a couple ways that I've auto-timed stuff in other fighting games, and it's helped me here with Luke. So let's get to it. So the first one is kind of funny, and you're gonna think I'm gonna be crazy for saying this, but I basically try to come with an audio cue. So the game doesn't give me an audio cue that I can use, so I make my own. You don't need to do this, and you can try to come up with your own, whatever works for you. But I say 1001 when I do the input. Okay, so 1001. 1001. You can see. This is what I started doing when I was getting, starting to learn about it. So I've been using it, and it's worked. It's been pretty consistent. So you sound kind of crazy. You try to say it in your mind, so people around you don't be like, "The hell are the numbers, man? What do they mean?" So this is just one. It's the one I mostly use. I just haven't been doing it much on stream because I don't want people watching me to think I'm crazy. But hey, man, it works, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. So if I were to tell you how many presses do you need to get a perfect charge, you could say 1, right? Just the one to hold the button. And you'll be right. But what if we do it in 2 presses? For that, we need to talk about parallel universes. No, not really. So we're gonna talk about double tapping. So yes, you can double tap this move. So think about it this way. You could do one big hold of a button, or you could do two small holds of a button. For some people, two holds of a button, it's easier than one full hold. So maybe easier to time. Right? If you look at my inputs, look at that. So I press the button for 2 frames. There's a 6 frame when I'm releasing the button, and there's a 12 frame. So if we do quick maths, this adds up to 20. So you see, I'm in the window, and I tap the button 2 times. And as you can see, I'm pretty consistent at this technique too. So what I'm saying is, find a strategy that works for you. I do play on a controller, so I play on a HoriPad FPS Plus. Showing it on my camera, I'll probably put a picture also. But yeah, so this works for me. But if you're a stick player, that might work too, just double tapping. A lot of people like to do empty buttons, 2 times stuff like this. So this stuff has worked for me. Just, you know, one quick tap into another tap, release. That works for me a lot too, to get this stuff consistent. Especially the light punch version is the one I struggle with personally. So trying to come up with effective solutions to the problem has helped me a lot. And again, I think if you do want to improve your Luke game, getting this stuff down is definitely important. Once you get the fundamentals and the footsies and everything, this is where you want to put your efforts on. So I'm not making this video to be an elitist and tell you, well, if you really want to play Luke, you need to learn this 3-frame tech. Not really. In fact, you can play a pretty good Luke without even having to use perfect charges. And I just showed you the damage difference of a non-perfect charge to a perfect charge combo. So, what, 200 more damage? Wow, big of a deal, you know? What I'm trying to get at is, if you do want to reach that level where your hit confirms do start hurting, because there are a couple of hit confirms that you do need perfect charges for, and yeah, you want to, you know, graduate to this level. But again, I'm trying to emphasize with this video, I think it's more important that you focus on your fundamentals, especially on Street Fighter. That gets you super far, right? Fundamentals are everything. So focus on that first, and when you're ready, when you say, okay, I am tired, I'm gonna punch people and say perfect while I'm doing it, then you come back and you grind this up. Sounds like a plan, guys? Yeah. I hope you all do it. So yeah, this is just a very small video about something I noticed, because I know there aren't that many Luke players on the beta. You know, everyone's trying the Jamies, their Kimberlys, you know, the Guiles. Your Guile's a problem character already? Crazy. So yeah, I do want to point this out, and I am curious to see if Capcom is gonna make this window a little bit loose. I hope like 5 frames would be kind of nice. I think 3 is like a little bit scary, especially if the game is meant to be played online. Sometimes you play with delay, right? So that changes the timings and makes things a little bit more difficult. So you know, if we really want to go play online and make this entertaining for everyone, I'll make it a little bit more lenient, but that's just my take. Some people like the grind set. I like the grind set personally. I don't mind. But I mean in general, so everyone can enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for y'all today. If you really like this content, make sure to tell me about it, man. Like it, comment about it. And yeah, I will have some Street Fighter 5 beta stuff, some matches and whatnot. And I hope to get into this game when it comes out. It is really fun. It is definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm having a blast, man. Just learning, just enjoying it. Go everyone, have a good one.